Hey friends, welcome back to OG Universe. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me as we take a look at the new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Huntress from the new 52 era. Very excited to have this figure in the collection. Female representation is always greatly appreciated, especially for a sought after character like the Huntress. We did get a stellar Starfire a little while ago, and if Todd McFarlane is a little apprehensive about putting out female characters, well, try and find a Starfire at a decent price. She sold extremely well and is very sought after. So hopefully we get a bit more female representation. I definitely would like to see an updated Catwoman in some new modern Dawn of DC costume. Power Girl would be a great addition to the lineup as well. Maybe even a new edition of Supergirl. We definitely need a better edition that came out. There was that release from a little while ago, I believe from the summer, that man I didn't pick up because it just looked terrible in my opinion. Hopefully we get a better version of her down the road because we definitely need to add her to the superhero Superman collection, so to speak. But this Huntress figure, it's got that heavier, hefty collector's edition price tag that we seem to be getting more of the sought after female characters in this lineup. A little bit of a cash grab, a little bit disappointing there to see that a character that you want, you got to pay that extra money for. And does this character live up to the collector's edition value? Let's take a look at what we got in the packaging and we'll go from there. First, we'll start off with the packaging itself. I'm very happy with this artwork. It represents the character that you're getting in the packaging. Beautiful, stunning artwork from Guillaume March. Absolutely spectacular. On the side here, we do have Friend Collector Edition, the Huntress, a new 52. This is number 23 in this series. And on the inside, you do have a display stand with the silver DC embossed logo. Now, what you're getting in the packaging is not much. You do have a couple sets of hands, some open hands. This, you do get the faceplates. Now, the faceplates are very interesting. Instead of doing swappable heads, we're getting faceplates, which I think works really well. It's great engineering. We're going to be taking a look at those, and they're nicely protected in this little tray with a plastic cover on top. You do have the trading card with the same artwork on the back. You do have a bit of a write-up on the Huntress, so if you want to read that, go ahead and pause. And you also are getting a crossbow, which she's well known to have as an accessory and a weapon in her arsenal, so to speak. It's sculpted very nicely, but it's so lackluster in the paint. We're definitely gonna have to do some toy surgery and upgrade some of the paint on this because it just does not hold the value that I think a collector's edition figure should have. Definitely needs a better paint. That arrow as well, it's just black, cast in the same black plastic. The only good thing I really do like, you can see a bit of grip on the handle, which looks really nice. You have a bit of definition there. But yeah, we're gonna spruce this thing up and we'll definitely make it a lot better than it looks right now. Now, my Huntress here is spectacular. I really do like the figure itself. Now, it's not adorned with this nice crossbow. It doesn't come with this bow staff, which I really think it should have. Display flight stand, it's great to have. You can get her more dynamic poses. It really helps with the articulation on the cape as well. But unfortunately, you don't get any of these items. All borrowed from other figures in my collection, which is a little disappointing considering this figure is $40 Canadian. But if you have that GameStop Edge card, you're going to save a little bit. You'll save 10%, so bring it down to about $35.99, but still, that's really expensive. For a figure that really should have been $25, in my opinion. It doesn't come with much in the way of accessories, but the figure is damn nice, and I know a lot of us collectors want the Huntress to add to our Bat family, so we are paying that heftier price tag, which is a bit unfortunate. But the figure itself, ah, it's damn nice, and I'm really happy to add it to the collection. Now, sculpted details, not much going on. It's a lot of reuse from previous female characters like Catwoman with these boots. The belt is brand new. The torso just has paint, doesn't have any sculpted details, but still looks really nice. The shoulders have some sculpted shoulder pads. The face, man, the face is really nice. Definitely a really great interpretation of the Huntress. And as well as the hands, you do have a bit of like knuckle dusters here going on. I really like that little touch, which is great. Now, the cape. This cape is fantastic. I absolutely love the material they use. It's nice, soft, not starchy like some of those other capes that just have a really unpleasant texture to it. You do have the white piping on the edges as well, and a very strong wire to hold this figure's cape into a lot of different poses. And like I said, the articulation in the cape is just an extension of the articulation of the figure and really adds some dynamic range of motion. And it looks fantastic. Imagine her on the flight stand with the other Bat family characters, ready to do some battle with the Joker or the Riddler, whatever the case may be. Awesome to have that extra little bit of fluidity, and really makes the character a lot of fun as well. So I want to talk about articulation, then I want to move into the accessories, because accessories are important for this figure. That faceplate, we're going to see how much strain it is to take it on and off. Hopefully it's not too bad. As I said in that short, when I kind of debuted this figure, man, the faceplate wasn't attached. It was off the figure, in the package, floating around, making all sorts of noise. Luckily, there was no damage to the faceplate. Went onto the character's head perfectly. The connection points are fine. So if you do come across this figure and the faceplate is off, I really wouldn't worry about it. I would still pick it up. It should go back on no problem. So articulation wise, we have pretty decent range of motion, even with this longer hair that's sculpted upward. So it's not going to interfere with articulation too bad. You can look up. Not much for side attitude, unfortunately. You have a ball joint at the shoulder, bicep cut, double jointed, ratcheted elbows. You do have a ball joint at the wrist. Torso articulation, man, you can look back in conjunction with the ball joint at the waist. You can get some pretty good motion going back, not too bad. Going forth, ball joints at the hips, double joint ratcheted knees, toe articulation, sculpted ball joints, very appreciated. Ankle rocker and pivot, you got all the great articulation that McFarlane figures have. So now let's take a look at this faceplate, because it's very interesting and really sets a precedent for a lot of these new figures that we get extra faceplates without the extra head sculpt. And there you go. Really ugly. Definitely need to have that faceplate on there. You're not going to sell too many more of these figures when it's packed like that, unfortunately, but the connection points are all fine. And speaking of the connection points, let's take a look at this faceplate. It is sculpted extremely well. And on the back here, you do have just that connection port that goes into the face. Very well done. Very nice plastic as well. Really nice realistic skin tones. That's very appreciated. Now let's take a look at the other faceplates that we do get. Like I said, they are protected in this little kind of plastic cover here. We'll just peel that off. And you do get two other faceplates. Now I'll just try to pop these out. And there goes my camera. Yay, good job. All right. So let's take a look at these other faceplates. This one, she's got a bit of a smile going on, which is a little different. Maybe she's on a date with a question. As you saw in the Justice League Unlimited series, those two dated and had a really cool relationship. I really like the way they translated that. That's a really nice faceplate. And then the other one is kind of more a different version of Huntress. Her hair is kind of down. She doesn't have that point like the Wolverine mask. But this one's really nice as well. Let's pop this one on the face and just see how easily these go in and out. Wow, very simple, very nice. Gives you a different look for the Huntress. Really impressed. And it's seamless the way the faceplate blends in with the hair as well. It's done so well. You can't really see any seams. Really impressed by that. Let's see how hard it is to get on and off. Now this one doesn't have any kind of point to really grab, but this one might be a little more difficult to get off and on. Let's see if we can get it from the edge here. All right, there we go. You do kind of have to lift it up off the side. And then with the smiling face, it's pretty much the same thing. There you go. You got a smiling, happy Huntress. This one comes off a lot easier. So let's put this one back on. All right, there we go. So definitely a great feature to have. Let's take a look at the crossbow on the figure. It is really large. Like, I don't know. It does have that kind of toy aesthetic, so to speak, but man, I just don't like. They should have done some extra paint on it. This figure is definitely going to get some extra touches on this crossbow for sure. I don't like the way it looks. It's very plain, very toyish. Not much going on. The sculpt is not too bad, but then again, could be better. So I want to definitely give her this one. This crossbow is from the collector's edition Red Hood Joker. Figure I never got around to doing a review on, unfortunately. Kind of left that in a way, so to speak. But I think we're gonna do a review of that figure with some other ones. Maybe do like a 2-for-1, so to speak. I don't like doing. I already don't like seeing 10 or 12, 13 figures in one review. That's maybe 10 minutes long. What's the point of that, really? It's not for me. I want to give some attention to these figures and some love. We'll talk about them and celebrate the highs and lows of them. But I really like this crossbow. It suits the character a bit more. Very nice paint job. So there you go. Okay, so I think the figure aesthetically, fantastic. Value, really not seeing the extra value for the extra price that we're paying with these figures. Collector's edition, they just got to have a little bit more. And I'm talking, a bow staff would have been greatly appreciated. A little bit extra accessories in the sense of something else. What I really think they should do. Now, I am going to do a review on the Jonah Hex in general. That was a collector's edition as well. And on the side of the box, it said #1. So that leads me to believe that we're going to get other vehicle figure pack-ins or beast rides, whatever. But I really think Hush Huntress with her motorcycle would have been so damn cool to see. Fortunately, we're probably not going to see that. Maybe down the road, but I don't see it in the foreseeable future. Would have been nice to get that. Just retool this character a little bit. Give her a little bit more sculpted details in the boots. Give her a bow staff for sure. And definitely have that really nice Jim Lee inspired look in that motorcycle. But let's bring in a couple other figures that see how they pair up with this version of the Huntress. And here we go. We got the newest incarnation of Red Hood from the dawn of DC. Scale isn't too bad with these two figures. I don't mind that at all. Huntress is going to be a little bit smaller. So see these two guys on the shelf going into battle together would look really great. Very nice. So check out my review on this guy. There's some issues, some good points, but definitely an interesting version of Red Hood. Now, this Batman has become one of my favorites, and it's pretty impressive what they can do with retooling a bit of a character, adding a bit more different paint, color scheme. Man, it's impressive. This is the Dark Knight Returns Collector's Edition with the alternate head sculpt, which I really love, that unmasked older Bruce Wayne. We did do a bit of toy surgery because, unfortunately, this hand, which has these very cool batarangs, just came cast in that blue plastic like the glove. So we just painted it up with a simple paint marker. You can see some definition, and he's got some batarangs in his hand, which looks great. Awesome face sculpt as well. Father and daughter, maybe going into battle back in the old days, or whatever kind of multiverse you want to do. Unfortunately, kind of retcon that. She's no longer Helena Wayne, Helena Bartonelli, which is fine. I really do appreciate the way these two look. Very cool. Definitely an awesome Batman figure. And then we do have one of my favorite figures that has come out recently. We did a review on this one, and this is the Earth 2 Robin. Man, seeing these two guys together, I would love to have seen an Earth 2 version of the Huntress. I really think that should have been the Platinum Chase and the Total Justice color scheme, so to speak. But I really like the way these two together. They look great. And then another figure I wanted to bring in just to see how this would look. And this is my Adam West unmasked Batman, which, man, I love this Adam West Batman. It's so damn nice. The original head sculpt was great. I just wanted to have an unmasked version for him hanging out in the Batcave. Hopefully we're going to see a Robin, a Joker, a Riddler, even a Penguin, Catwoman. Really flesh out a 7-inch version of the Batman 66 lineup. That would be greatly appreciated. And then I also want to bring in, yes, we got to bring in a villain. Another purple-clad warrior, so to speak, the Joker. This is from the Punchline 2-pack. Really great looking Joker. And these two sit up fairly well together, I think, as well. Joker, I think, could be a bit taller, but still looks really good. And then a more contemporary interpretation of our Tim Drake Robin, which I really love this figure. Clothwire cape, really nice treatment of the dual colors. Just looks great together. Definitely see these two out on patrol together. Very nice. Very nice indeed. So there you go, guys. My final thoughts on this figure. Is it worth the price tag for the collector's edition? Definitely not. Pick it up on sale if you can. If you got an edge card, definitely use your discount. It's worth picking up for that respect. But for the $40 price tag here in Canada, I can't really recommend it unless you get a discount. Comes bare boned, not much for the way of accessories. The faceplates are spectacular. I really do like that new ingenuity for swapping out faceplates. Give your character a completely different expression. And speaking of different characters, we got the Platinum Chase here as well. Now, I really do kind of like this aesthetic because it is that total justice look. You know, it's very nicely done. The cape as well. You know, they just didn't do a simple keep the same colors. They did completely brand new cape on here. Face plates, everything else is the same. A little bit lighter color tones, but man, still a really nice Platinum Chase to have. And either one I think would be great in your collection, but I think we could have gone with that Earth 2 version, which would have been much more sought after and I think appreciated by a lot of collectors. But there you go, guys. My thoughts and opinions on the Huntress. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe whenever I do produce new videos. Make sure you turn on that bell notification so those videos go right into your feed. And of course, we have a massive DC Multiverse playlist with tons of shorts, toy surgeries, and lots of reviews. So thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Appreciate you all. Thanks. Take care.